All right. Hello and welcome back to a special edition of PSU Splatoon competitive. We are starting up week 2. I am joined with, I am Nova. I am joined by my buddy Jolts.
Hi.
Yeah, and so we're doing our first week 2 set today with PSU'MAMUSUME versus I actually don't know what team they're playing against.
Yeah, we should probably look that up. That might be important.
They're playing Grizztaco. Okay. BSU Grizztaco. Yeah, I probably should have looked at that. I got kind of thrown in here last minute.
BSU Bean State University?
Sure.
It's Ball State University.
Ball State University! They're required to play ball spelling pen.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were also joined by the club, as this is normally when we'd have our meetings, but PSU'MAMUSUME, this was the only time they could play. Now we are Bro, get this guy out of here. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is actually their first set. I want to say they were the ones that had a reschedule last week.
I believe they were, yeah.
So this is actually their first set. And, you know, we did kind of just see them play a little bit. They had like a bit of a warm-up scrim, you know. So, you know, it seems like they're able to kind of they've been able to figure out how to play with each other, but I guess it's just how they're able to kind of translate it into an actual competitive setting.
Yeah.
Versus simply like, you know, like practice.
Especially with some like much newer players, it's gonna be interesting to see how the very experienced like previous PSU members are able to like coach them and pull them through, and just see how well they all get along.
Oh, definitely, especially because they're getting thrown right into Div 2. It seems like we're getting started here on, I believe it is Scorch Clamblitz.
Did you see the double brush comp on Musume?
Yeah, we did see that earlier, although I think they have a Vunder this time, which I don't believe they had earlier, with Grizztaco having a more kind of, like, I guess what you would expect. I don't want to say just like typical comp, but like you would expect
more
it.
typical.
It is more typical by comparison. They don't have two brushes.
Both teams lacking a super long-ranged backline, although I'm pretty sure Heavy Splatling has much more.
Oh, Jay holding forward on the pillar, able to find two, able to push up
Already in there.
for his team. Yeah, already just holding forward on their basket, passing clams to Arctan, who's able to, get that ball in. Now, they're able to get a pretty good push in here. Splashdown coming out. Grizztaco trying to retake their elbow here.
Zuck does go down, but then they get the revenge kill there. They're forced back into mid, but that doesn't really matter whenever you got 40 points off that initial push. That's pretty big.
That is a pretty good first push. However, what my experience with this map has shown that it can snowball. If the other team gets one really good push in, they could easily drop it to like 30 or lower.
Yeah, that's true.
So like that's just kind of how this map is. They're back in neutral now. Grizztaco trying to take some space here. Getting pushed back though, as I can't tell if they're going down. Not sure if that's getting picked up on the mic, but I believe the other room, they are yelling, "We are Penn State."
Yelling something over there.
I think they're yelling something and we can hear it. So Jay going for the flank, able to find one, unfortunately going down to the shot, although that is going to give them an opening to score another push. That is a huge push for them. They're going up to 30.
And they're still in the plats with numbers up.
They're
This is
still
really good for Musume.
Clams up, although it looks like the Wunder's going to go down, the Jet's going to go down. That's going to be the end of his push. However, that is a good double set of like pushes there. With Grizztaco not even able to score yet.
Yeah, but they are taking mid, and they do have coolers and numbers right now, so they might be able to push through after this. But Kevin is trying to hold them back.
Yeah, they are taking space. They are taking space. They are seemingly, I guess they were holding them back, although it seems like one of the brushes is going to go down. Grizztaco taking their plat here.
These goalies are living. Oh my goodness.
They use the Kablamo.
Yeah, man. It's so crazy how soon the Kablamo come out there.
Defense. Right,
Here's some making starting a jam now.
Here, yeah, it looks like Grizztaco not able to capitalize on that. They are going to get pushed back into mid. Arctan on the Wunder, holding forward on them. Slider cheese. He's probably using at least two mains of special power up to be able to kill with a slider from that far away.
I would not be surprised. What do we see here?
I've seen him use at least three mains before, so it would not surprise me. Yeah, Grizztaco's honestly having trouble just keeping the space. Like PSU'MAMUSUME is just pushing up on them.
Yeah, surprisingly for two brushes, they have insane paint superiority here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I was kind of telling you earlier, like sometimes brushes can be paint negative because sometimes you tend to spend a lot of time sharking rather than painting. Although that is kind of playstyle dependent.
Jay is not very good here.
It's more of the flank type, it seems like. Just holding forward into their base, being a distraction, hey, look
so hard to hold to this ball. They get Jay out though.
Yeah, but even though he goes down, that still provides an opening for his team to push in.
Absolutely.
Like I think that's what we saw with their last push. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to capitalize off of that here.
Cooler's back in, so what held them?
Yasota coming out. Grizztaco's starting to run out of time here. Only about a minute left on the clock.
This is where they need to push with that cooler, but they already lose their slosher.
They're going to go down to a sneaky bomb there.
And lose their ball.
Numbers even right now. Unfortunately, going to go down. That might be Uma losing their ball there. Grizztaco's trying to push up, although they're a little slow here. The rain is scary. Oh, it's apparently because there's a Wunder in their spot.
Oh my goodness.
He opened the basket. I didn't even realize that.
With 35 seconds left, it's not looking great for Grizztaco.
Yeah, unfortunately, that ball from Max, while it was really funny, that isn't really going to give them any extra points. As Jay actually found the double here. He is aura farming.
Oh my goodness.
We can hear them yelling in the other room. And Grizztaco, this might be game here, especially because Uma's going to make another push. They're going to throw clams in here.
They can probably hold this open until overtime, too.
They can, that's why they're holding clams instead of just knocking it out, because I think if they just score more clams, they could knock it out here. They just need one more clam, and that's going to be a last-second knockout. They didn't have to do it, but they're just like, you know what, we can't do it. Why not?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that was
for Grizztaco, the mind is there.
clean win from Musume there.
Oh, Jay didn't. No, Zuck didn't get the memo.
Zuck. Someone needs to go over there and yell at Zuck to change his email. Someone needs to go yell at Zuck to change his email. He is not there right now.
Is it really a win if you don't match your emotes after?
True. Zuck just threw.
Yeah,
Get him off
it's all over now.
It's so Jover. Here in the higher divisions, we do not tolerate
He
that.
did say it was a snowballing map, but it seems like it just kept snowballing for PSU there.
PSU, I wouldn't call it just dominant because they didn't go like 100-0, but that was still a clean win from UMAMUSUME there. Like every time Grizztaco tried pushing in, they just got shut down.
Grizztaco did put up a fight though. They were not dominated there. You're right. So
Yeah.
it's not like it's a foregone conclusion yet. They might still come out
I
talking.
just think maybe it's one of their not as good modes, you know? Like, I think every team, has that one mode where it's like, God damn it, why do I have to play this again? For me, it's tower control.
But Sports Scourge is not a very popular map from what I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, I like it, but I mean, I'm willing to admit I'm maybe in the minority there.
I also like it, but I've heard lots of people who just do not want to play it Sports Scourge very much.
Heck, I mean, I know with Eeltail.
Eeltail Zone's absolute garbage.
Okay, Eeltail Zones is funny, but I admit I don't want to play that in competitive. Eeltail Rainmaker and, like, Clan Blitz.
Eeltail Zones is maybe my second, if not least, favorite map.
You haven't played on Scorch Zones, have you?
No, I have. I would prefer Scorch Zones over Eeltail Zone any day.
That's crazy. I'm like the dead opposite. Having a big ass pillar in the middle of the map of the zone.
It's better than having a big ass pit where the backlines can just sit there and snipe you, though. Because you can't jump over that bridge in Eeltail.
Okay, but Museum is worse, and that's also a very backline.
Yeah, Museum's a little rough.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find the map list here. No one's Barnacle. Thank you. To our amazing caster, Nikki.
He's the voice in the
He's
sky.
true. He is the voice in the sky. Yeah. So Barnacle Zones. I actually really like this map mode. It is very flat though.
With such a dominating win there for Musume, do you think that they will swap out their 3 key members and have 2 newer members in?
It's oh, so Zuck is getting swapped for Amiya. Okay, that is expected because I believe Zuck was one of the brushes. I think he was the Octo brush.
Yeah.
And on zones, you typically do want more paint. So honestly, like if they had stuck with the double brushes, that probably would not have really worked out.
They're still keeping the core of J Max and Kev though.
Yeah, well, you almost have to, like, because like I'm gonna say it, like I think those 3 are the reason they're in Div 2.
Oh, absolutely.
Those 3 are the reason they're in Div 2. So in order for them to stand a chance, you almost have to keep.
But I don't know,
all
because
3
they
of them
just
in.
played so well there that they might be able to win with like
Yeah, I mean,
all 3 of them. there.
maybe after a game or 2, maybe it might also
That's
be mode dependent. I mean, you have Kev on the jet, you have Jay on the brush. There are some pretty decent flanks on this map. Plus, also how lockout heavy Barnacle can be.
I guess we're gonna see here.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Like, it is very lockout heavy. Once you get that stack and you push up into their elbow, it's pretty much a GG. And
Taco brings out a splat roller now. That's new.
Yeah, it looks like they swapped out for the bucket for a roller. They are currently running coolerless. I believe both teams are running coolerless, so this should be interesting.
I think we do see a double substitution actually in Usabe. It looks like Kevin's gone.
I think that might be Atlas on the wiper there.
It looks like it is.
Yeah. So they actually did make a double substitution there. They only have 2 of those core 3 we were kind of mentioning earlier. So this will probably we'll see how they were able to do without all 3 of them in at once.
They seem to be hammer going crazy. Oh my goodness.
I guess Ami was like, you know what, fuck you, hammer time.
Fuck you plus hammer. Insane.
Hammer the tap shot.
And she gets the aura farm too. Of course.
Of course. I mean, after that, I think.
Out though. Hold on.
Wait, brownie points. Put some shoes on, girl. One of them is dropping into the pit, although Jay is just kind of toying with them.
Yeah, Jay's gonna get the slide kills.
Yeah, that is indeed, I believe, Instar is Atlas on the
They are
wiper
running
there.
double hammer, and we see the other hammer come out here.
Yeah. That is the other hammer. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to find anyone. Although that is going to be, we weren't paying attention to the score there. That was a 100-0 push right there.
That was insane.
PSU'MAMUSUME without the core threes. So I think this proves that even without the three that we suspect are the reason they're in this division, they're still able to hold their own, and that was an even more dominant win from when they had Kevin in.
Absolutely, the newer players are pulling their weight. You know, like,
they definitely are.
They
100%. They 100% are. Yeah, that was dominant.
Who was in there? It was.
It was Max J, Anya, and Instar.
Anya is not as new, but she is absolutely new to Div 2, and she was insane there for a triple.
Oh yeah, cause like, was she in like Div
6? Div 6 in the last league, and then Div 5 in Circuit.
Yeah, so this is definitely a big jump for her. Although she seems to be holding her own pretty well. I mean, we saw that triple she got.
Alice also putting in some good work too.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they're definitely showing, like, all these newer players are definitely showing, like, yes, we can hold our own in Div 2. No, we can be, like, kind of the three people who are kind of probably the reason we were in this division to begin with.
Oh, we see Max coming in.
It appears like my good friend Joel's is getting banned because Max wants to commentate his own set.
I thought this would be really funny if I did. So I am.
Okay. Yeah, so any thoughts about your win just now? It was pretty dominant given the fact that you had... You guys went 100-0. You must have done something.
Yes. I got #1 damage taker.
That is something.
Took damage.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Anya getting like a triple and then aura farming.
Yeah, that was mostly Amya's game, especially with the hammer there.
Yeah.
Amya played that game extremely strong.
I do kind of wish, like, we kind of saw, like, we were just kind of yapping about, like, oh yeah, like, you, Kev, and Jay are probably the reason you are in this division, but, like, how the newer players, like, they are showing that they can hold their own in the big leagues.
Oh yeah, they definitely can hold their own. We've seen Amya a lot.
Yeah, sorry, I just found the map list. I don't know why it took me so long. We're going into Rainmaker Manta, aka the Kasonic map mode. How much money are you willing to bet that they're going to pop the Rainmaker, possibly with the Anya on Wellstring again, grab it, and then just immediately go right?
We've discussed that strategy a bit.
So you're just gonna pull a Kasonic?
Probably.
I mean, fair enough.
I
I think at this point, like, everyone does that.
It's also really funny.
It is really funny. I mean, you guys tried that during the scrim. But yeah, also another interesting thing was, like, we noticed during, like, the first game, like, you guys were running 2 brushes. I'm assuming because you're here, that means that Zuck is in again. So do you think they're going to be running, like, 2 brushes? I'm guessing that you're going to have 2 brushes, well, and, like, a jet?
I think so, yeah. Though, Kev's been playing more pro recently, so we could see that come out again.
True.
He's also played Range Blaster a few times, so we
Yeah,
never...
because your comps have definitely been kind of less, as our good buddy Nikki would put it, cookie cutter, compared to Grizztaco. Yep, and double brush, double Vink this time.
Interesting.
That is definitely an interesting choice. We have Anya on Pro and Kev on VacJet.
Interesting.
That is... We did not expect that at all. I was expecting the Wellstring to be able to pop the Rainmaker immediately, although it doesn't seem like they really need it. Did someone on Grizztaco jump out immediately? That's kind of crazy.
That's pretty funny.
That is kind of funny. It looks like the brushes here are getting beamed by the shot. Jay able to kind of, fake them out. Kev with the back, and yep, there's a Kasonic play. There's a Kasonic play.
Yep, there it is.
Yep, there it is. And it's going to work. Kev getting the trade, Jay going down. Like, they are able to get the checkpoint here, but unfortunately the 3 down.
It's just Anya alive here.
So they are able to find one with missiles, which is really funny. Amya's just been cooking this set.
Yeah,
like, she's locked in.
Definitely.
She is locked in.
We see Grizztaco trying to move up, but they go 1 down here, but they just have those left.
Map, L.
It's pretty funny.
Amya almost dying there at like 1 HP.
Anya barely escapes getting killed by that shot.
Although they are going to go numbers down with 2 specials online from Grizztaco. The Lottery Zuka able to find Kevin.
That's
That is
not a
the
good
only
thing for PSU right there.
Yeah, that is not good. Although they are gonna let the Rainmaker reset, which is gonna slow them down a bit. Although they are taking up a lot of space here.
They do get that bubble on the checkpoint. That's going to help them.
Yeah,
move up.
one of the brushes trying to flank around is Zuck, able to find one. Although they are gonna get picked out by, I believe, the Doolies.
All Grizztaco has to do is pick up the Rainmaker here to take.
Yeah, they just have to pick up the Rainmaker.
Numbers up here.
They have the numbers up, and they have the specials. They have a Wavebreaker and a Splashdown. They're just not grabbing it up.
Oh,
there we
and
go.
It looks like they got it.
They are grabbing it, and it seems like they are going to try dropping it. What are they doing? That is a maneuver I've never seen before.
I think I've seen that like twice. It is definitely a maneuver.
I think you could do that. That Splashdown, gonna get the trade, but they are gonna pop the Rainmaker. Jay opting to reset it, probably the best play here as they are getting pushed back into their spawn. Kevin just kind of sitting on crates, unfortunately going to get picked off by, I believe, the shot. It seems like Grizztaco is not letting up on this pressure. They're just finding one after the other. Missiles coming out from Amiya, trying to find them, although the shot is just holding them back, seemingly by themselves. They're going to get marker killed by Kev, though.
But that's 3 down for Grizztaco. This is going to be PSU's time to move up.
Yeah, they do have ways to go, because that drop is not very easy to get on this map.
Indeed. But they do have Kev's vac at the ready.
That is true, although
Take out 2.
shuts that right down. As Uma goes 2 down. Amiya getting the trade. They do have the vac online, although unfortunately because they are down, they probably don't really have the resources to be pushing right now. Well, the roller able to pick the vac, that's not good if they want to try pushing. The jump also being picked
down. 2 kills for the roller.
Like, at this point, like, Grizztaco doesn't really have to play super aggressively here. They just have to hold mid. And, like, at this point, it just seems like they're just running circles around U'MAMUSUME.
Definitely, because a 23 lead is going to be really hard to make up, especially on this map.
Yeah.
So anything can happen.
That is true. I mean, it is Rainmaker. This is the mode of anything can happen. Although U'MAMUSUME definitely does have a difficult battle ahead of them.
You could have squished.
Max is going to have a word with you, Jay, when he gets back in the other room.
However, I'm going to have to leave in like 30 seconds because of the stream delay.
Yeah, I forget about stream delay. It looks like they're pushing up here.
Oh.
I'm able to push up.
Holy shit, Amiya gets the lead! Holy shit, that is awesome.
Taco is now
Damn,
with the
that was really cooking. They're going to try to push up even more.
Has been.
I need to leave now.
There goes Max. And then Jay swooping in, finding the knockout there. I am alone on cast. I need a buddy, please. Yeah. Alright. While I cast summon homie, let's see, so that game was an interesting one. It was very even the whole time. Grizztaco finding the lead, and then Grizztaco able to find the lead, and then Grizztaco finding the lead, and then Amiya just able to hold forward. Amiya's definitely been the biggest surprise. She has been just cooking this entire set, at least in game 2. From that triple kill that we saw with the hammer to just holding for the Rainmaker until they got a lead. But then Jay coming in to finish him off. It seems like they're really putting Grizztaco on the back foot here. Let's see. Next map mode. TC Haggle. I don't like this map mode a ton, but like this one, it's like that top left area, like the second checkpoint. Like the checkpoints are all kind of so close together. It's like it takes a while to get to the actual first checkpoint. So like, and then once he gets to the second checkpoint, the other team, if they're able to push up and take that kind of top, like left area, then the other team can just run away with this game here. Like, especially given that once you break that third checkpoint, you basically just win. So like, U'MAMUSUME probably still has a bit of an uphill battle, especially if they let that top left area get taken by Grizztaco. Although I probably should be saying that Grizztaco's the one with the uphill battle. They are currently down 3 games. They're getting swept by a team of 3 like, I don't want to say newer players, but they haven't played in this high of a division before, and I think they're really holding their own. And you know, we're proud of them. Waiting on something? Oh, okay. I guess he doesn't want to be on camera. They're just there. I gotcha. So yeah, I assume they're getting ready. Max left, so I'm assuming that they're probably going to pull out the Thunder again. Slider on tower control is interesting. I know that Wallace was the one who was like, "Oh, Slider cheese on tower," and like it worked somehow. I don't know how you make it work. It works somehow, and I genuinely don't understand. Yeah, so I'm assuming we're gonna pull. We're gonna see that. I'm not sure if they're gonna bring back out. I mean, I would assume they pull out the Jet Squelcher, maybe a GG special, given its tower control. I don't know if any of them actually play Booyah Bomber Strikes. I mean, one of them must play. Well, I mean, there's Jay who could shit out like 10 Booyah Bombs on Aerospray in one game. Yeah, so I think it might be interesting to see if Grizztaco will actually be able to respond, because actually up until this point they haven't really changed their comp. I think the only real change we've seen was when they switched off of Try to Roller, and then I don't think they've changed since then, so it would be interesting. My friend, my buddy Scoob.
I'm here to save the stream, because that's what heroes do.
True. Scoob's here to carry me because I'm bad at commentary. Anyway, so yeah, they haven't really changed their. So Grizztaco, same comp that we've been seeing before. U'MAMUSUME pulling out the junior. I didn't actually see who's playing it, but we definitely have Max, Anya, and Kevin and given in Star and Junior. They don't have any. I don't think either team. Oh wait, Grizztaco has the. They dumped the M-parries for the Crapples.
Yeah, some interesting picks here. I like Junior here from PSU'MAMUSUME for tower, but they went 3 down there, and now Grizztaco is getting a nice push here.
Yeah, Grizztaco able to get a lot of momentum here with the newly found Crapples. Seems like although like everyone has a special online.
Yeah, a lot of special power here. Disgusting zoom.
That was gross. Trying to find the hammer, who does seem to find one. They get the cancel on the splash shuttle. They are unfortunately going to be taken down with it. Numbers even right now. The only special up right now is the bubble, which they're going to pop on the tower. They're going to try and get some points here, although they are going to get scared away. Although they have a bubble, they probably could have stayed on the tower there. He's playing a little separately right now as Grizztaco's just picking them off one by one.
Yeah, PSU is all over the place right now. They need to regroup here in order to get on this tower. Some nice kills here, though.
Yeah, they are getting some nice kills, but the problem is that Grizztaco is also getting nice kills. So that kind of cancels it out when you're playing separately. We have a hammer coming up from Anya, able to find one. We've seen great things from her hammer tonight.
This might be what PSU needs.
Yeah. They're unfortunately going to get canceled by the shot. It's going to try and go for a flank despite the tower being actively in their spawn, although it seems like it's going to work out as their teammates are going to clean up shop here. Able to take 2 down. They are armed with bubble, so they could try to make... Grizztaco could try to make another push here, although they might have to deal with the splashdown, which it seems like they do. Kevin goes down. The Crapple's pushing up here. Unfortunately going to go down to the Wellstring. A post-mortem Wellstring kill, I guess.
Grizztaco is starting to take even more points here. PSU has to tighten up on defense, or they could get in a hole that they can't climb out of here.
Yeah, definitely. Especially given, like, once you break that second and third checkpoint. It's basically just don't count.
Yeah, this bubble in this forward position is going to be brutal.
Yeah, the roller finding two or a farming is coming out. Yeah, they are just making quick work of U'MAMUSUME. I think they're starting to get into a stagger. Hammer's coming out, trying to save the situation. Able to find one, able to find two. Oh, no, this is Jet Squelcher. They are able to get a wipe.
PSU barely holds on there.
Yeah, this is their chance to push up and take space. As at this point, they basically have to knock out if they want any chance of winning this game.
Yeah, PSU has gotten themselves into quite the hole here, but they have had a comeback win before, so don't count them out yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, don't count out PSU and their comebacks. They still have about 1:30 left. This will be difficult, but it is doable. I say that as soon as the junior goes down.
PSU's got to start playing together here and stop getting tricked out.
Definitely. Especially since, like, Grizztaco doesn't have any specials right now, and they, like, at the time they could have pushed up with the hammer and the flashdown, which it seems like they're trying to do here with Amiya's hammer. Seems like they're going to try and make a push happen here, able to find the heavy as Amiya and Max push out. Frontline well string is certainly something I don't think I've seen a lot of.
Yeah, I think PSU has to avoid getting cocky here. They had some pretty definitive wins in these first 3 matches, and now I wonder if they're getting a little too comfortable.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, just because you were able to sweep that, like, the last couple of games doesn't necessarily mean you're able to sweep them in all of the games.
Yeah, Cornered Animal is the most dangerous one.
Although it could also be Grizztaco just locking in finally. Maybe they didn't get a chance to warm up, you know? Maybe those first 2 games were the warm-up games. We don't know. Amiya's hammer coming out, able to find one. And they are 3 down on Grizztaco. Now's their time to push, as that is a delayed wipe.
Yeah, they have 20 seconds to get a lot of points here. It's going to be close.
They have control of the tower. They will be getting some overtime here, but it will be tough as they need to take control of that top right area. Otherwise, the other team will just be able to drop on them. Arctan opting to push up, able to find 2-2. Okay, I was worried he was going to mess that up for a moment. Why would I ever doubt Godzilla Maxwell?
This is a good ball. They're going to need to use the ball to get these points.
2-second checkpoint here. Max able to find the grapple, although unfortunately it looks like they fall off the tower and then they're able to. The roller is able to drop on there, giving Grizztaco their first game of the set so far.
Yeah, good job by Grizztaco there. Coming back from your back against the wall and avoiding getting sweeped.
Yeah, Grizztaco saw it's like, hey, we need to lock in. We can't be getting swept like this. So they went in. They got the fist bump there too. Like, they were able to kind of take back, the game. Say like, hey, we may be down, but we're not down. Down but not up.
Yeah,
like
very good special coordination from them there too. In these earlier matches, they were looking a bit disorganized, but they were very dominant in the match.
Yeah, that game, they went from PSU being dominant. Like, the first game, they were fairly even with PSU kind of having an edge. And then, the last couple of games, it was just very PSU dominant. I see, like, this is the first game where, like, Grizztaco should use this to try and kind of build that momentum up. Like, hey, we can't take games off of these guys. Let's keep going. Let's get the reverse sweep,
Yeah.
Versus if you're on U'MAMUSUME, it's like, we've been beating these guys. Maybe TC's storm, I don't know if you heard earlier, but I was kind of talking about, like, hey, every team kind of has that one mode where it's just like, I don't want to play this.
Yeah, has that. Just a constant thorn in their side.
Yeah. For me, it's like tower control and clan blitz on certain maps. But, like, it could be like, oh, maybe Clan Blitz is like, I'm like, oh, maybe Clan Blitz or like Zones is the off mode for Grizztaco. Maybe TC is just the off mode for U'MAMUSUME,
Yeah.
So then they can just shake it off and be like, you know what, it's fine, we'll get them next game. Because looking at the map list, that's the only TC game in a set. Next up is Clan Blitz Inkblot Art Academy.
Let's see if we're going to see on this one.
Grizztaco has not been changing much. The heavy splatling and the shot have been pretty constant. The roller's been fairly constant too, and they always seem to have a set to it.
I think they should stick with that roller as a change. They were playing a world-class game, and that bubbler is pretty useful for them.
Oh, definitely. And actually, Bubble, this is one of those Clan Blitz maps where Bubble can be useful, because on Inkblot, there's really only one way to push, and that's through the narrow ramp.
You need something like bubble to help get you through there.
Putting the bubble like under the basket, like that would really put like a nail in the defense, because now they have to deal with the bubble and they can't shoot at you from the high ground because the bubble's in the way. Meanwhile, your teammates can easily go back and clamps and safely score from the bubble.
Additionally, you can set up a bubble in bats and make it nearly impossible to push a very annoying weapon like Roller out of there.
Oh, true. Yeah, there are several ways you can use a bubble on this map. Because, like, realistically, you'd only ever want to take the slick if you are flanking. And honestly, PSU'MAMUSUME might actually do that because they have had a brush in every single game, and I doubt that they're going to sub out the brushes. In terms of their other weapons, I struggle to predict. I want to say they might put the Wonder back in.
Reslider can be good on that ramp to get up to the basket here.
Plus, just having an umbrella on the ramp can just be annoying to deal with.
Yeah.
And when it comes to defense.
I think we might see Cam pull out Splatter Shot Pro Frozen. Missiles is good on this map.
So it's possible that she could be playing on it instead of Wellstring. I guess it entirely depends.
Guess we'll find
Yeah,
out.
we're about to find out. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Grizztaco not really making any changes. They're going back to the end pairings. Double Brush, Wellstring, and Wonder. Yeah, we're. I mean, I think they ran this comp on Manta and it worked out. Although that wasn't also like barely working out because they had like one push and that was game essentially. There is a possibility there might be some solo queue brush
We may see
TM.
the solo cube rush strat come out.
They are going to fall back though, as Grizztaco is trying to make an early push. Unfortunately, going to get pushed back. Grizztaco is having a good, like, easy time taking control of mid. I guess because with the dualies and the shot alone, they have a lot more pain. Although they are going to go 3 down, partially due to J Dollar and his brush. Last one in his bubble. His team needs to the rest of PSU'MAMUSUME needs to catch up to Jay. Had they done that sooner, they probably would have been able to score there.
Yeah, I think they didn't get favorable clam spawns there, and they weren't really able to capitalize on that.
Yeah. Yeah, coming in with the hammer, unable to find anyone, unfortunately. Now PSU'MAMUSUME is the one on the back foot here as they go 3 down. Zuka coming out. It seems like Grizztaco was going to try and take advantage of this.
Nice shark there from that brush.
Yeah, that was a great shark. It almost seemed like the shot kind of knew they were there because they like hesitated, but it didn't work out. Jay unable to find the one going up on Slick, although they are going to aura farm.
Jay might be able to get a nasty flank here.
Oh yeah, definitely. As Grizztaco goes 3 down, it is just the shot.
This is PSU's chance.
Yeah, it looks like it is. They're immediately going to counter push, able to get that power clam in. Although they might not be able to have a ton of follow-up, because it does seem like they are getting immediately pushed out. It's not ideal, but it is good to at least get some points on the board, because this is one of those maps that can stall out.
Yeah, it can be hard to score on this map, like you said. Holding that ramp can be pretty brutal, especially with these backline weapons we see from Grizztaco here, especially that heavy splat line.
Oh yeah, the heavy especially is going to be a bit of a problem for Mamusume. Because I don't think Wellstring can reach that far. Like, I don't think it has as much range, or if it does, it's like a spread. So it's not as effective at taking out the other backline compared to, the heavy. Looks like Musume has some pretty good map control right now. Able to find one on the dualies who is in a very unfortunate position. Jay holding forward, unable to find one, getting picked off. Musume, it's still pretty even right now. It seems like Musume was trying to score there despite being down. I believe that's a delayed wipe on the side of Musume.
Yeah. Looks like Grizztaco is going to try and take control of it now. They need to get a push going here. They only have 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, they only need one extra clam in order to get a lead here.
Yeah, PSU leads is far from safe here.
Yeah, like if I were Grizztaco, I would be trying to get a push in like as soon as I can. If I were Musume, I would also be trying to get another push in because you do not want to have a lead that close when you're in a set like this.
Yeah, both teams need points here.
Yeah. especially because like if Grizztaco, they could hypothetically wait until the last minute and then just score one power clam +1 in overtime, and then that would get them the win. PSU trying to push up here, and unfortunately they're going to get pushed back as Arctic loses their Thunder Shield here.
Yeah, watch this reslider.
Slider with the special power up. How many maids?
And they missed the ball, but it doesn't matter.
That is going to be a safer lead for PSU.
This is what PSU needs.
Unfortunately, I feel like they should have more clams. We're just going back and forth between the battles. Unfortunately, if only they had more clams, they probably would have been able to score more than that. But that is just generally a safer lead. Although they are going to seemingly get delay wiped here. Grizztaco like has to make a push.
Yeah, they have 1 minute to make a move here.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot harder now. Although, not impossible. That isn't an impossible lead to reach.
Yeah, they are taking favorable positions here in PSU's base.
Yeah. Taking favorable positions. Unfortunately, they are getting pushed back, although they do have control of mid and therefore the clam economy. One of the brushes seemingly, both of the brushes are flanking. The double brush flank going crazy.
Double brush activities.
True. Especially in solo queue.
Yeah.
But it seems like they wanted, I guess Grizztaco wanted in on the flank game as they're able to find 2 on PSU.
They need to build a climb here. Oh, they have pity.
Yeah, they have pity. They have pity. Like they need to push up like now, and they've lost control of mid for the most part. Like it's still blue. Yeah, this isn't looking very good for them. The heavy resorting to frontlining, in order to try and get in. They have to hold forward here, but unfortunately the brush is gonna say no, and
It's probably
for their ball.
that wife's gonna do.
Yeah, that is definitely gonna do it. Jay trying to build a power clam to score, but L, I guess. Skill issue on Jay's there. Should have scored. But yeah, I mean, I think that is going to be the set for PSU'MAMUSUME.
PSU takes it 4-1. We love to see it.
Maybe TC is just not their mode.
Yeah.
You know, that was a great showing for their first set. You know, I think, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of seeing them as the underdogs there. But they were able to show, like, hey, we can hold our own even when we don't have Kev, Max, and Jay in.
Yeah.
Because,
I was a bit worried about those new players here. I think everyone was a bit, but they were able to hold their own and really show that they belong in Div 2.
they are definitely showing that they belong up in Div 2. I think Amia especially had some really good plays in there, especially during games 2 and 3. Like that hammer triple was crazy. Like the double with the hammer and then the tap shot was great. I think we saw Kev. I forget who was playing pro during the Manta game. I think it was Amia. I think it was kill, which was also pretty funny. You know, I guess the thing is, PSU'MAMUSUME is kind of unpredictable. Like, we saw their comps
Yeah, there's some
changing.
goofy comps from them.
Comps are drastically changing every game, while Grizztaco, like, hardly changed out. They would change maybe one weapon.
Yeah.
And it would be a different set of tools. I think the biggest change was literally from a bucket to a roller, and that was during the first game. I believe, are we doing the play all?
I guess we'll.
Okay, we are. Okay.
In fact, Penn State.
We are, in fact, Penn State. That is true. In that case, we are going to Zone's Mako March.
Okay.
It would not surprise me if Grizztaco pulled out the try here. And, you know, it's like, hey, we took a game off of them, you know, we did our best. Maybe we underestimated this team because they're a bunch of kind of newer players. But you know what? We'll take the rest of them to the road. We'll pretend like it was a reverse sweep.
Yeah, even though they already lost the match, technically, there's no reason to not try.
It's good practice, if anything.
It's good practice, and it could be a good confidence booster if you kind of get your ass kicked in the normal match.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. Or maybe you can just commit Gooper activity and play Clash Blaster. You know?
It takes the edge off.
You know, I mean, I remember like during my first season, like during some of my very last games during the play all, because it was during playoffs we had gotten knocked out. The other frontline on my team just pulled out Charger on Manta. And I'm just like, sure.
Yeah, I can't relate because Coolers was in grand finals, and we won because we're goated.
You guys are goated.
Being informed from the voices above that we are getting a sub from PSU.
They're subbing in. This isn't the first time they've subbed in, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so I imagine they're probably subbing out Zuck because on zones you probably don't want two brushes. Hi, Max. Oh, Grizztaco's subbing. I didn't have subs.
They're subbing in someone not on the roster.
What?
We won the set. It's playoff 7.
Is that legal?
I mean, if it's
It's
a play all, then I guess that would just be up to your discretion because that's technically over.
Yep.
Yeah.
I came on the stream and missed it by like 2 seconds, but I bumped the heavy off the map on tower control. I was sharking, jumped on the tower and bumped them off. It's so fucking funny. That wasn't even intentional, but that was so funny.
We've got a couple of Uber activities on the screen here. I don't know if we want to just be triple caster or if you want to watch. All right. Thank you, Max. Yep. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there's the 52.
See some goofy stuff coming out.
Yeah, and we have the Wiper coming back in. It seems like, yeah, I guess that kind of core 3, besides Jay, has been completely subbed out. They're opting for double brush on zones, which is an interesting choice.
Yeah, respect to Uma here, pulling out some unconventional methods.
Yeah. I mean, I guess at this point, it's just let them play.
Yeah, let them cook.
Let them cook. I mean, it's been working. Like, double brush is not something I would have ever expected to work, and yet they made it work. Zuck able to find, I believe, a double and a trade double there. I gotta wonder if this 52 was taken from like a Div 1 team or something because they just seem to be running circles around Uma right now.
Yeah, I could give my opinions about 52, but I want this stream to not get cancelled, so I'll hold my tongue for now.
Yeah. Already cooked, man. I've already been swearing on the Christian Minecraft stream.
We can't have that.
Too bad I did it anyway. Hammer coming out, trying to count the zone. It is going to help. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to get traded out.
Just this roller here from Grizztaco.
Yeah, near delay wipe. Uma probably should be pushing up a bit more. They are standing a bit far back.
Yeah, kind of stalling out here, all of them.
Yeah. Like, they should be prioritizing taking that stack there. Like, maybe Instar should be up there. Or, yeah.
This pesky roller is going to
Yeah,
get...
Roller's just going to hold forward on them and find both of them. Missing
Pesky roller is going to get on... Oh.
Flicking around, getting a triple is just J Money Bro. As the roller opts to do as rollers do best and ledge guard while getting shot at by his Wellstring. Who is going to find them? Wellstring drops, surprisingly. I guess she has hammer.
It's this hammer. We'd love to see it.
Yeah, Anka's hammers have been kind of cooking tonight. So it's like, yeah, she was just able to pick out the 52. This is still very winnable for PSU, I'd say.
Yeah, Mako can switch up pretty fast. It's a very back and forth map for this mode, I feel.
Well, I think it's also because mid is kind of claustrophobic.
Yeah, you don't have a ton of space to move around.
Which is also why it's a little interesting they left dualies in. Because I wouldn't say this is the best dualies map, although Splashdown is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for Zuck there, though. I have respect for playing the glamour dualies. I love them. The 52 is harassing J Money, who's going forward into their base. Jay is pulling out the rat strats. Honestly, that might be one of the better plays you could have done. Keep the 52 out of mid. So while your teammates try to go and take the zone, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to really work out as I believe his team goes down. I don't know how Jay is still alive.
Yeah, Jay is dodging and weaving right now.
I don't know how he lived.
Finally goes down.
Now he goes down. It is just Instar, who is very alone.
How does he survive
I don't know
that?
how they're alive.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, they played 2 with the hammer, but unfortunately the zone was at like 2 ticks left.
Yeah.
So that is an unfortunate loss there for Mamusume there.
Yeah, I think they kind of lost sight of the objective there.
Yeah, which I mean it can be easy to do.
Yeah, these are goober matches too. So.
They're just kind of having fun, you know. This is the time to practice, try something new. And, you know, Grizztaco, you know, they're not letting up. They're like, yes, we can't beat this team. You may have beat us in the set, but like, we'll still, you know, we're still doing our best.
Yeah, maybe they should have pulled out that 52 earlier. They were kind of.
Well, if they're not on the roster, they probably couldn't.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Have some shady dealings going on.
There's some shady business.
Yeah.
Some susamogus activity going on there. I'm sorry.
Yes.
someone get me off cats. I just said brain.
Brother, this guy stinks.
Yeah, I do wonder, like, I wonder if the 52 is from BSU's other teams. I don't know if they have a different team experience than they do. But I think also, like, it's just, I think Musume just not having at least 2 out of those core 3 in, they tend to struggle a bit.
Yeah, I think for actual matches that matter, they need to have at least 2 of them in order to secure.
Yeah, it does kind of suck for the other 3, though, if they're like constantly getting subbed in and out. But I mean, sometimes the company just gotta do what you have. Let's see. I believe we only have 1 game left. Rainmaker Museum, the IV map mode. He is in the room right now. I don't think he heard a word I just said. But yeah, if Amiya is in here, she'll probably have a field day.
Yeah, backlines love this map.
Yeah. Especially on Rainmaker. Like, she'll probably she probably doesn't even need object shredder. She could just pop the Rainmaker in like 0.2 seconds. Although they didn't. I think she was the one on Pro last time they played Rainmaker, so it's possible that she might opt out of using Wellstring.
Yeah, Pop isn't very essential on this map too, so they might not need to commit to it.
That is true. I think the thing is also like, is someone going to be dropping right? Because they might have 2 brushes. Because if they have 2 brushes in again, and they both drop right, then you have essentially the thing that I was yelling to like you guys about that one time when I had to sub out because my wrist was cooked.
Yeah, I was on.
I'm not gonna name names.
Yeah, you know who you are.
You know, Blitz.
Yeah, you should never have more than one person doing that drone.
I wouldn't have done that drop. I'm just saying that my wrist was injured. That's why I couldn't play. It's doing better now, though. I'm gonna play this week. But yeah, so I think it'll be kind of funny to see if they opt for like doing the jump, because I feel like it's like a 50% chance that they actually make that jump.
Yeah, it's
At,
pretty
like,
funny
best.
stuff though.
At best, because not only we have people shooting at you, you also might just miss the jump, which happens surprisingly often.
Yeah.
Or I'm just bad. I don't know. It could be that too. But yeah, no. If either team can like pull out a backline and get onto either of those like spinners, they could easily just get a game-winning push in and just prevent the other team from ever sticking foot in the mid.
Yeah, taking the enemy's stack here is a very dominant position. It can be hard to watch them out.
Definitely. Like, I wouldn't expect them to like simply heavy there. Yeah. Yeah. Same call.
Same call.
Yeah, they speak out. What are you doing? It's brushing around.
Everyone.
What are you doing? What? God, they're throwing. They're throwing. Normally I don't want to root against PSU, but also, what the fuck is that? If you guys win that, then
Yeah, I don't know if this behavior should be rewarded.
I don't think this behavior should be moved.
Oh my god, they're gonna get the jump.
They're gonna get the checkpoint. They're gonna get the checkpoint. What the fuck is wrong with these guys? Oh my goodness.
Okay, we do see a counter push coming out. They're probably gonna get this scot-free.
Probably. Yeah, especially because they have a backline. So like they like that heavy able to position, like they can just get away with this, which it seems like they are. They're just floating forward. The dually is gonna drop down and get immediately murked. Team Brush getting wiped out, and yeah,
It's gonna be the nail on the top.
that's gonna be it. Note to PSU'MAMUSUME, don't ever do that again.
Yeah, not gonna just say deserved, but not gonna not say deserved.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Yeah, why? Why? My thoughts exactly, Nikki. So I'm thinking we have a bit of a talking to have with specifically Jay. I don't blame like So I specifically am blaming Jay and Max.
Yeah, usually we think of the lower divisions as the Wild West, but obviously that proves
That
otherwise.
was something.
Yeah.
They were literally like, who gives a shit? We're just gonna play Quad Brush.
That's fair. They won their matches fair and square. Let them play Quad Brush.
Yeah, I just don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, no, overall, like, they played, like, really well, like, better than I think.
Yeah, in these main matches, they played very well. They looked very coordinated for the most part.
For the most part, I think they could work on some of their special usage.
Yeah.
And tower control. But yeah, it seems like with the games they were able to win, you know, it would either be like Grizztaco were unable to score at all, or it was just 100-0.
Yeah, those early matches were very dominant.
Yeah, versus the matches where Grizztaco won, they seemingly pretty much always went like 100-0, or almost 100-0. Like with the TC game, they went down to 5. So it's like, I guess it's just either Grizztaco only like is like when they hit hard. Maybe Musume just had some rough games thrown in there.
Yeah. No shade thrown to Grizztaco there. They also had some showings.
Oh yeah, no shade to either team. They both played really well. Just biasing PSU a little bit because need I say more? But you know, congrats to MAMUSUME for their first
Good job.
win. That is a great way for them to start their season because, as you know, they're set last week on rescheduled. And good job to Grizztaco. They played really well. They were able to hold their own as well. Able to get some pretty good wins in there. Most of those games were pretty close. They were neutral the whole time before one team was just able to run away with it. But overall, like, I mean, I think these teams will just, they'll continue to improve. They will. I'm like really expecting, I'm like spacing out. I'm sorry.
Hopefully the Wolves can continue their success in their division.
Oh, yeah, they're only going to be getting better. So hopefully this is a good sign for a good season. Because I mean those last games seemed like they were. So.
Let them have their fun.
Yeah, fair enough. But that 4-3 is really more like a win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watching this kind of special set in place of RGBM tonight. Thank you for joining me, Scoop. Yeah, I did not expect to do commentary tonight, so yeah. Right, socials. You can find me on YouTube. Hypnova, my @ is Oxygen Breather because I think I'm funny. I also have a Blue Sky. I can't remember the handle off the top of my head because I don't use it. Yeah, that's how you spell it. And I'm also in our club Discord server. Support PSU Splatoon. Follow our socials. I'm very active in the Discord server as well. I don't know if you have any socials you wanted to plug.
Yeah, no, I'm already famous, as I mentioned in the stream.
Really true. Socials, you already know who it is. But yeah, to support as in Splatoon, we have a Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, and YouTube channel. Also, special thanks to Nikki for streaming the sets. Lovely producer. Hit the buttons that help. True. You should smash that subscribe button. Absolutely destroy the like button. Leave it completely shattered. Break your computer screen. Don't actually do that. I'm joking.
What she said.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in. We will have some more sets in the future. PSU White is going to be on Friday. I have to get. We may or may not have that stream. We have some other streams coming up, so stay tuned for that. Enough yapping. Gonna sign out. Thank you.